a clown at children's parties, a respected contractor, and a man under whose house police found dozens of bodies. John Wayne Gacy's crimes are notorious. The quieter story is about those who lived beside him: his father, mother, wives, children, and sisters. What did they see? What did they miss? And why did they choose silence? Childhood: a despotic father, a protective mother, and a late apology. John Wayne Gacy was born on March 17, 1942, in Chicago, the only boy among three children in a working-class Catholic family of Polish-Danish roots. His sisters were Karen and Joanne. At home, the hierarchy was simple. His father, John Stanley, a World War I veteran and auto mechanic, drank, brooded, and ruled by humiliation. He called John weak and a mama's boy, and according to later recollections, punished small mistakes with a leather strap or sudden chores in the cold. Marion, Elaine, steady and church-going, shielded her son, tending bruises, telling him to keep your head down, and teaching him the domestic skills he preferred: cooking, mending, and helping with groceries. Neighbors remembered a polite, soft-spoken kid who tried to make adults like him. Health became the wedge that drove the family further apart. Around age 11, John was reportedly struck in the head by a swing, developing a blood clot on the brain. Fainting spells and blackouts followed into his teens. Doctors warned him off contact sports. His father called him a malingerer. When John stayed inside to help his mother, his father mocked him. When he asked to borrow the car, family stories say the distributor cap sometimes went missing. Gacy later said that around 9 he was molested by a family acquaintance and told no one, certain he would be blamed. School brought hospital absences and low energy, so he compensated by performing for approval, volunteering for errands, charming teachers, and learning how to read rooms. By late adolescence, he was desperate to reinvent himself. He briefly left Chicago for Las Vegas and, still a teenager, worked nights around a mortuary, sleeping on a cot near the preparation room. In a confession he gave years later, he claimed he once climbed into a coffin beside a deceased young male and touched the body, an episode that terrified him enough to quit on the spot and call his mother for bus fare home. Then came the paradox. In the summer of 1966, after John had married and was on a promising career track, his father shook his hand and said, "Son, I was wrong about you." The benediction he'd begged for finally arrived, landing on someone already trained to hide, to perform, and to treat approval as a mask. Does trauma create a monster, or just remove the brakes on a darkness that's already there? The model inmate, JC's, mini golf, and the Christmas his father died. In 1968, Gacy received a 10-year sentence and entered the Anamosa State Penitentiary in Iowa. He quickly became the model prisoner, running the kitchen, organizing classes and clubs, and, most notably, throwing himself into the JC's. What is that? The JC's, U.S. Junior Chamber, is a young adults civic and leadership group for ages 18 to 40. Some prisons maintained chapters that taught public speaking, meeting management, and project planning. Gacy expanded the prison chapter from a few dozen to hundreds, pushed for better living conditions and recreation. Former inmates recall he even lobbied for a mini-golf setup in the yard. On December 25, 1969, his father died. When John heard, he collapsed to the floor in tears. He was not allowed to attend the funeral. Meanwhile, rumors swirled about a favored cook, enjoying small unofficial privileges and night visits. None of that was formally confirmed, but Gacy's signature style, control, recruiting, quid pro quo, was rehearsed right there. The mask of the perfect guy worked flawlessly. When a system rewards a spotless mask, does it accidentally cultivate a convenient predator? 2 wives, 2 scripts. The perfect family man versus the smell from the crawlspace. Marlyn Myers, 1964 to 1969. The daughter of a restaurant owner. The birth of their son, Michael, February 1966, and daughter Christine, March 1967, made the picture look ideal. On the day Gacy was sentenced for abusing a teenager, Marlyn filed for divorce. She received the house, property, and sole custody. She later remarried and disappeared from public view. Gacy never saw her or the children again. Carol Hoff, 1972 to 1976. an old acquaintance who moved in with her two daughters. In 1975, John told her he was bisexual, and after sex on Mother's Day said this was the last time. Carol found other people's wallets and IDs in the house, men's magazines, and noticed a persistent basement odor. He explained it away as dampness and lime. She left in the fall of 1975. The divorce was finalized in March 1976. Afterward, silence. No tell-all interviews, no memoirs, just a quiet attempt to reclaim normal life. Which is stronger, love, shame, or the fear of disgracing your family when troubling facts are already in your hands? The mother. A move south, windows for hunting, and rumors of a second marriage. Marion spent her life shielding her son, first from her husband, later from the press. In the mid-1970s, she broke her hip and moved south to live with her daughter near North Little Rock, Arkansas, and needed care. During those stretches, Gacy's house stood without a wife or his mother, exactly when the mid-1970s spike in suburban Chicago disappearances occurred. Coincidence or convenient windows? Rumors suggested Marion may have remarried in Arkansas, but no reliable records surfaced. She died on December 14, 1989, and was buried at a Catholic cemetery near Chicago. Her strategy, stand nearby and remain silent, has a brutal logic. Sometimes silence feels like the only way to protect someone you love and to protect yourself. The sisters. To see and not believe. John had two sisters, Karen and Joanne. Karen Kuzma chose rare but candid public appearances. In documentaries and interviews, she spoke about the musty smell in her brother's house, his excuses about water under the house, and the family's shame when every signal looked like a small, isolated thing. Joanne chose another route. Near total anonymity, no press, ordinary work and routine far from cameras. Both built invisibility as a survival tactic. No celebrity role as the killer's sisters, no books, just distance from the surname and a careful, quiet life. The children, and possible grandchildren, vanished to survive. Michael and Christine disappeared from public view in 1969 when a court granted their mother full custody. Their aunt, Karen, recalled sending them gifts that came back marked refused. It's believed the children adopted other surnames and left Chicago. There are no reliable reports about grandchildren. Rumors surface from time to time that someone lives in the South under a new name, but without documents, those remain only theories. Their strategy, silence, and invisibility proved stronger than any reporter's curiosity. It may be the only reason they were able to build a normal life. Red flags that never formed a picture. The house on West Somerdale Avenue, a swampy crawlspace, bags of lime, night drives, strangers' wallets in a drawer, men's magazines, brief detentions that seemed to evaporate. Today, it reads like an obvious alarm. In real time, it was a scatter of household details spread across years, easy to explain away when you're inside the family and desperate to believe in normal. The family paid in different currencies. A mother with loyalty and silence, wives with divorces and the fear of public shame, sisters with the permanent question, when did everything break? Children with a new life without their father's name, and he, right up to the end, played the role of a man hunted by a witch hunt.